Make it a life's point to learn. To learn from every circumstance. When something doesn't work, stop doing it. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. When people have something in their life that doesn't work, the first time it doesn't work, they have a choice. The choice is, I can either start a pattern here, or I can do something different. Guess what most people choose? They do the pattern. Even when it doesn't work. Even when it blows up in their face, they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So here's the last key. We'll play with this one for a second. So here's what I found that gets in people's way is a lot of times they don't even see what the moldy peanuts are. They're not clear on what they want. They're not clear on what the moldy peanuts are. They're not clear on what their way. How many of you have heard of something called a Johari window? This is actually this was something that was developed back in the 60s. It was a way of explaining how to take life to a complete level. What is it that successful people do that people that aren't as successful where they struggle? It goes something like this. It's one of those 4-panel windows like Stephen Covey uses. There's two sides to the equation. The first one is I can look at it and I can say, what do I know about me? So the self, what's the known and the unknown? What do I see about me and what do I not see about me? And then what do others, what do they know? And what don't they know about me? There's 4 quadrants that I can be in. Okay? There's any piece of information in my life can fall into one of 4 areas. If I don't know about it, no one else knows about it. Okay? This is out of play. Nothing you can really do about that one. I might have a, so where the power in life comes from is these other 3 quadrants and how we deal with them. Things that I don't know, but other people know about me. Do you know the kind of things I'm talking about? Yeah, they can be moldy peanuts. Most of the time they're moldy peanut type things. Okay, things that I don't know that others know about me. That is called my blind spot. Or blind spots. Those are the things I don't see about myself. If you want to know what's getting in your way, here's something I believe is absolutely true. If you want to know what's really getting in your way in life of being successful, you probably don't see it. Guess who does? Yeah, most of the other people that know you. Your wife will see it. Okay? Your husband will see it. Your friends and family often will see it. And usually it's something that you don't see. You're oblivious to. You might even think it's something that's one of your biggest assets. But other people will see it. When I'm able to see those blind spots, that's something that will empower me to increase my frequency and do something different. If we go down this other square, things that I know about me that other people don't know necessarily, that's called my facade. It's the part of me that I hide from other people that I don't want them to know or see about me. And it's not necessarily, you'll never eliminate this, you'll never eliminate this. Then there's this area right here, okay? The stuff that I know and the stuff that other people know. The things that we have in common, that we see in common. This in life is called the arena. This is the playing area in life. It's the playing area in our ability to manage other people, our ability to have relationships with other people. How big this area is determines how deep we go in relationships. It determines how well we are able to manage and communicate with other people. To me, it was important, though, to come across as being detail-oriented. I thought that's how it was supposed to be. That would look good. That would impress people to me. And I had this other thing I was defending. And I had this facade. And so I've got people that are giving me all kinds of detail assignments. And they're thinking, great, great, Brett's going to handle this. And I'm knowing, okay, I'm going to drop a whole bunch of these things. Okay, and we're going to end up being frustrated. And the relationship's not going to go where it can go or where it could go. There's a couple ways out. Here's the two ways out. This applies in business. It applies in your personal relationships. In order to get blind spots into the arena so that I know them, so I see my blind spots in life, so I see my business's blind spots, so I see our weak areas. What does that require? What's the only way for you to see your blind spots? Ask, yep, that's it, right there. Feedback. Feedback. It's interesting, I took a group just a little while ago, I took a management team, and we went down and we had a little conference. Before the conference, we sat down with all of their subordinates, their people that were above them. We took this executive team, though, and we gave surveys out to 25 people. The surveys, they were asked to rate these managers in 11 different areas, and they had about 45 questions. They're asked to rate them on communication skills, leadership skills, communicating vision, empowering people around them, being respectful of people around them. And they rated them on scales of 1 to 5. We took all the information, consolidated it, and we had this management retreat. And each of the managers was able to sit down and look and see how their coworkers felt about how respectful they were. What do you suppose? How do you suppose that most of them reacted? Yeah, that's what they did. It's like, I want to see those surveys. I want to see who wrote this. Who rated me a 1 in this? I am not disrespectful for people. I should fire that person. Who is that? Who gave me that rating? Okay? And do you suppose they might even see their directness or what others will see as lack of respect? Do you suppose they might even consider it a strength? Most of the time they do. Most of the time what they will say is, well, no, that's not a weakness. I'm not disrespectful. I'm just really blunt with people. I'm just honest with them. I'm being honest. I don't like that feedback. But if the feedback is, no, you scored a 1.2 in that area. You scored a 1.2 out of 25 people. Okay? Or you scored a 2.3. Is it cool in life to be able to look at our results and say, hey, based on feedback from lots of people, this is how they see me. This is how they experience me. Would that be cool? My passion for being blunt and honest in that circumstance, might I want to temper that, even though that might be an area that I say, I don't want to look at that. That's one of the best parts about me. That's why I've been as successful as I have been. And what I would tell them is, yeah, that's why you've only been as successful as you have been. That's why you haven't risen further. That's how come you get stuck at certain levels. Most people, so you know, they rise to a certain level until their behaviors. And my experience in life, there's kind of a transition point. Initially, being successful is based on improving your skills, your communication skills, improving your word processing skills or your Excel skills or whatever it is. There's a place in life where you rise by improving your skill set. You don't rise very high so that you know by improving your skill set. There's a very low ceiling that will get you. At some point, it moves from increasing your skills to somehow changing your behaviors, to being better with people, to being a better leader. It shifts over to ways of being that are more effective. And folks that learn that, folks that master those ways of being, the ability to communicate, the ability to care about people, the ability to consolidate ideas, the ability to get the best out of other people, as they improve those skills, the ceiling goes way higher than that. And yet most people hold on to all their behaviors, all their things they do, and they create this artificially low ceiling that never changes. The way to get through the facades is this. Self-disclosure, which simply means this. As I start to, and a lot of self-disclosure actually comes from here. When I start saying, and I get the feedback, some of the, this team that I went with, this management team, one of the things they started doing is they all came up with their self-disclosure statements. That's one of the processes we took them through. Their self-disclosure statement, to a large degree, was based on the feedback that they received. And they came up with an actual statement that said, here's how to handle me. I have a tendency to be blunt and brutally honest, and a lot of people, they interpret that as that I don't respect them. If you ever feel like I don't respect you, please let me know. Please say something right then, because it's not what I intend. I want to be blunt and honest. I'm not good at details. I don't do this. I do this. I do this. I don't do this. As they start learning how to disclose and own and say, gosh, this is areas I struggle, guess what happens almost automatically? The change just happens.